Alright guys, 2020 Street Glide. I promise not to drop it, trust me. Those days are behind us. What's going on guys, welcome back to the channel. Today another ride review. We're going to be on the 2020 Street Glide. Previously I rode the 2020 Road Glide, and the difference between the two motorcycles is that on this one, this whole fairing stay is going to go ahead and move with the handlebars, so it's mounted to the forks instead of a fixed mounted fairing where the handlebars move freely without the fairing moving. So that's the two differences between the Street Glide and the Road Glide. So once again, the Street Glide, the fairing is going to move with the bars. Road Glide, fairing is going to stay fixed. Same 114 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 that the Fatboy, the Breakout, the Road King had. What I'm going to do, go ahead and hop on this one, tell you a little bit about the controls really quick. It does have the dual Harley Davidson brake calipers as well. I think it's a single disc on the rear. Let's go ahead and get comfortable with this bike. Once again, I will try not to drop it, and I will link the previous video to the Road Glide above. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, what I've started to do, is just kind of move it side to side to see exactly how heavy of a bike I've got between my legs. I like this more, I will tell you that. Like, it threw me off when I went to turn the motorcycle and the fairing didn't move. I don't know why. So it looks like we got a little over half a tank of fuel. We got an RPM gauge, let's go. We got a miles per hour gauge as well. Battery gauge, got navigation as well. So that's what this button is, to cycle through your mileage, your trips. Looks like your rear tire, front tire pressure, the total miles on the bike, 10 miles on the bike. So let's go ahead and start it up. Engage the power on, clutch in. We're in neutral, shows. Oh yeah, let's go. Alright guys, 2020 Street Glide. I promise not to drop it, trust me. Those days are behind us. Once you've been on two wheels and ridden a bike, you should be able to dang near ride any motorcycle, to be honest. One thing I will say about this riding position is it's pretty similar to the Fatboy, and of course, you know, the Road Glide, because it's basically the same exact bike, just different front. The mistake I made last time was grabbing the front clutch while also looking and not really knowing how heavy the bike was, you know, because I didn't move it side to side. First time on the motorcycle, just thinking I could kind of treat it like any other bike, which was definitely not the case. Let's rip it. This thing is sweet. I wouldn't say your very first time rider's bike, but doesn't mean that you can't purchase as your first motorcycle and learn on it. It is just going to be a little bit heavier and, you know, a little bit more difficult to learn on. This one's got some power to it for sure. This is a Street Glide Special 2020. That's a sick Camaro. The throttle response is a little bit more immediate in this one, in my opinion, than the 2020 Fatboy. More similar to the 2020 Road King. This thing's solid, bruh. I feel like it's an extremely comfortable motorcycle to ride, you know, especially with this big old windscreen in front. I really do like that, and that's an extremely nice feature because that's going to allow you to work less on the motorcycle. This motorcycle's got cruise also. Let's go ahead and try that out. So I'm going to press it in. It shows cruise. Press it down. It turned green instead of orange. Let off the throttle. Hey! Let's go! That's another thing that will allow you to ride a motorcycle for a lot longer, is being able to ride with cruise control. And then you add the music feature, dude. I definitely got used to the feeling of riding these pretty quick. They don't feel as heavy at all anymore now that I've ridden a couple of them. That first one, man, that first time I got on the first Road Glide, that thing felt heavy as heck. Obviously, I never ridden one before, so I didn't really know what the heck I was doing, but this ain't no light bike. You gotta kind of manhandle this thing. So once again, back on Highway 5, gonna get some corners in. Suspension, awesome on this motorcycle. Of course, very similar to the Road Glide. I love the mirror placement on these. It's pretty neat. Things I don't like, only thing I would say is that you do have a good amount of weight in the front. So if it's your first time getting on it, that's going to be an adjustment for you for sure. What makes sense is that it does have the bags in the back. That's why it's balanced still, because you have the weight in the front here, but you also have the bags in the back. So per usual, once we get up to the corners, we'll go ahead and just cruise a little bit, not really talk as much. Let's get into it. This one does have a gear indicator, actually. Look, it's right there. So it says I'm in third gear, I think. Let me see. Yep. I haven't really done as much talking on this one just because this is such an enjoyable motorcycle to ride. Like, it's so comfortable, you almost forget you're cruising on a motorcycle, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to explain that, but one thing that's awesome is on this bike, the rear seat, it comes up into your lower back, so you basically have a lower back support to kind of lean back. Like, this thing is perfect for me. Now that I'm used to the feeling and weight of a cruiser, the 2020 Road King I like for sure. However, I would say I would prefer something like this over the Road King when it comes to wind reduction on the highway, and also just having that comfortability of having the windscreen, and also being able to have all these features right here. I mean, I don't know, man. Street Glide, I don't know. Now I gotta go back and rank them again. Oh, this is tough. I had put the Road King second, but to be honest, man, I'm gonna have to say that I think this Street Glide is my second favorite motorcycle. I would say it goes the 2020 Breakout, the 2020 Street Glide Special. So if there was a market for it, if we had the charging stations and a way to sustain the Harley Livewire, I would rank that probably as my third favorite, then the Road King, then the Fatboy.